And welcome back to the Flow Sports Fix on this Easter Thursday. Well, it's time to get your 9 winners for the AFL round number 3 and also some AFLW tips for you as well. And we've got the stat man.
Thanks, Clayton. Yes, an exciting weekend of football coming up for both men and women. AFLW into their finals campaign now. In fact, why don't we start there? And if we have a look at who's playing who this weekend in AFLW matches, we've got a 3-week final series. This is week 1. Those who finished top and second on the ladder, which is Adelaide, who finished minor premiers, and the Brisbane Lions finished second on the ladder. They've got the week off. So it's 3rd versus 6th on the ladder and 4th versus 5th at 12:35 p.m. Eastern Time at Casey Fields. 4th-ranked Melbourne will take on 5th-ranked Fremantle. This will be a beauty. The winner of this clash will take on the Adelaide Crows in the preliminary final, and Melbourne will fancy their chances there if they can get through, and I think they will, led by Daisy Pearce. They're going beautifully at the moment. I expect Melbourne to win that one in a tight one, probably 1-10, not any more than that in it. And the other game is 3rd-ranked Collingwood taking on 6th-ranked Kangaroos. North Melbourne have been a bit of an enigma this year. Collingwood, up until last weekend, were in the top 2 all year. I think they'll win and go through and take on the Brisbane Lions in the preliminary final the following week. That's 2:40 p.m. at Victoria Park. Right, that's the AFLW taken care of. Let's have a look at the tipping for the Easter round of men's matches, and it all gets underway tonight at Marvel Stadium, not at the Gabba as it should be. That's where it was originally programmed, but we all know Brisbane has had the lockdown. So they moved the game to Melbourne. Rather than play it at the MCG, it will be played at Marvel Stadium, and I expect Collingwood to win this by about 20 points. I just don't think Brisbane are quite settled enough at this stage. Another week in Melbourne they weren't prepared for. I think Collingwood will find a way to win this. It's a good litmus test for the Brisbane Lions. If they can win this, they're up and about. If they do go down, though, they'll be 0-3 and struggling. On Good Friday, 2 games to talk about. The first game will be at 3:50 p.m. and it will be the Western Bulldogs taking on North Melbourne. North Melbourne are the home team here. And gee whiz, you could not find anyone out there in the tipping world that would be tipping North Melbourne to win this game. The Western Bulldogs by plenty. In the evening, the Adelaide Crows will host the Gold Coast Suns, and this promises to be an absolute beauty. Gold Coast couldn't be in better form at the moment. A really good effort in round 1 against the West Coast Eagles in Perth, and then a thumping win over North Melbourne. The Crows had a good round 1 win over the Cats, and then struggled to kick accurately against the Swans last week. The only thing that we've got to go on here, really, in terms of who might win, is the fact that the Crows are at home. But Gold Coast are absolutely a chance to win this. The form line really is pretty even, so I'm going to go with the Crows, but with no confidence. Richmond take on the Sydney Swans on Easter Saturday, and this should be a beauty as well. It is in Melbourne at the MCG, and Richmond should win. Be interesting to see if the Swans can give a good count of themselves there. St Kilda will take on Essendon in probably the easiest match to pick of the round, maybe other than the Western Bulldogs, North Melbourne. Essendon are in Hurstville at the moment. Plenty of injuries on their list. St Kilda will bounce back to win that one. The West Coast Eagles, this is a beauty as well over in the West. They will host Port Adelaide, who are top of the ladder at the moment and flying. I think Port Adelaide might get the job done here against the Eagles in Perth. Should be a cracking game, but the Eagles aren't in, I wouldn't say red-hot touch just yet. Port Adelaide absolutely are, so we'll go with the power in that one. Carlton take on Fremantle. This will be at Marvel Stadium on Easter Sunday, 2:50 p.m. start local time. And Carlton have to get going at some point. Fremantle, much better last week on their home deck, but they are a different proposition away normally. So with that said, I think we'll go with the Blues to find a way to get the job done. And then on Easter Sunday as well, Melbourne will take on the struggling GWS Giants at Manuka Oval. If there is any want or wherewithal about the GWS Giants, they'll put up a good performance here, but Melbourne are absolutely flying in the early stages of this season and should go 3-0. And on Easter Monday, it's the grudge match. Geelong taking on the Hawks. And Isaac Smith playing against a whole host of his own teammates. There's been a bit of niggle about that through the week. It'll be interesting to see if Tom Mitchell gets tagged after the work that was done by O'Connor on Lachie Neale last week. I think they probably will tag him. I'm going to go with the Cats in this one, and they should have too much talent for the Hawks and win by about 25 points. That's the AFL round ahead. Should be an absolute beauty, Clayton. Really looking forward to it.
The Statman giving us his football tips, his AFL tips, and good luck if you want to follow them. Good luck. That's all I can say. But thanks to the Statman for doing them. He's going to be back in the studio with me and with the Flowman in just a tick. We've still got Courtney coming up with her Sports Express, and someone we're hoping to catch up with who's going to be out in the middle of the Adelaide Crows Gold Coast Suns game. Why are they going to be there? She's going to tell us all the details. That's still to come with tonight's Sports Fix right here on Flow.